ready for what's coming?
Well, this was not expected to get these extra days in. So as I said yesterday, it was a bonus day, to get that in. It was supposed to rain all day, and then today it was supposed to be the same. So we really feel like something is shining down on us.
With your non-conference complete, do you feel like you're prepared with UCLA coming to town for free?
Well, I don't know if you ever feel like you're prepared because you never know what the other team's going to bring, and that's why we play the game. We'll find out. But I feel like we're in a good place right now. Obviously, the pitching is good, and offensively, some things are starting to click a little bit. It was good to see Shannon Rhodes have a big weekend. Hopefully, she'll continue that going into this series.
UCLA, the same strong team they've been the last 3 years. What kind of differences do you see maybe from them this year?
Well, Elijah Jordan at the top of the order there. She's a redshirt freshman. She had an injury last year. She was always a good player coming out of travel ball, and she's pretty dynamic. She's a special kind of player. And then Perez's sister, Bree, is another player. Two freshmen they've got that you put right at 1 or 2 in the order. That's pretty nice when you can do something like that. So, they always have the athleticism. They're very good that way. And of course, with Rachel Garcia out there, one of the best pitchers in the country, makes them pretty tough. And of course, they've got a pretty deep pitching staff as well. We've got 4 pitchers on their staff, but we expect to see Rachel Garcia, and that's the one we're going to have to beat, I think.
The other one of the standard bearers in the league. What's it like to start off?
Oh yeah.
With,
well, you can't pick and choose those kind of things, but whoever wins the series is going to have a pretty good jump on everything, and I'm sure the rest of the conference is going to be looking at this series with a lot of intent, and they'll wait and see what happens.
This one. You guys in UCLA have been a heated rivalry for quite some time now. I mean, just describe the emotions for this team that maybe hasn't experienced the rivalry between the Ducks and the Bruins.
Yeah, that's a good one. Obviously, the freshmen don't know about it, but I think that we've lost the series last year, and then of course the year before we lost in the world in the Super Regional. So there's some for our I guess juniors now. They've got a lot to play for. They've got to kind of break that cycle because before that, the last 3 years previous, we'd done pretty well against them. I think we won the 3 series before it. So there's we got to try and change the tide here a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can step up and win this series.
You going to tip your hand at all in terms of how you're going to use your pitchers?
No, I'm going to keep that under my chest a little bit, but it'll be one of them. One of the M's.
Well, that's all that.
How's that for a clue, right?
We talked last weekend about wanting to find some things out offensively and solidify some things with your lineup. You feel like you took many conclusions from that?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I like the progress that Mary Iacopo is making. Gwen continues to be a little bit of a box of chocolates. When she's hot, but she's also very dangerous there too. I think that she may flip the switch here pretty soon. So if you can get Rhodes, Savekis, Iacopo going, and then with Sanders, you got a kid down there that's hit 29 home runs in the past. That's a pretty dangerous threat, and as I talked to her before, in the 7 position, you're going to get some pitches, and so I just wanted to free up a little bit. I think she's trying a little bit too hard, but it'd be great if she can come out. And Camuso's always been kind of dangerous in these situations, so I think we have a potent lineup. It's just a matter of whether we can be successful this weekend or not.
Specifically looking at right field, do you know how you're going to split up that playing time this weekend?
Well, I think Cruz has earned the start. I think this series, especially going into the first game, we'll see how she does off Garcia and stuff like that. But she's definitely impressed me the last couple of weeks and done a lot of little things correctly. Put some bunts down. She's got good speed on the bases. She's strong in the outfield. So all round, that's probably the best pick for us. But having said that, Bowden's looking pretty good in practice as well. So we'll see what happens.
What about Cherish Burks, a player that it seems like every time she gets a hit, it does something dangerous. You expect any at bats for her this weekend?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, we'll see what she does. Obviously we're going to kind of simulate UCLA pitching this week, and we'll see how she does off that type of pitching. And if she impresses us this week, then she possibly could be our first go-to pinch hitter.
Were there any specific improvements that you saw over the past weekend going 5-0?
I
know you want to see your batting lineup change, but...
Well, I think we got the sacrifice bunts down. We moved runners over. I thought we did a good job of that. Base running was really good. I thought we were very aggressive on the bases. We stole a number of bases. But obviously, it wasn't the same kind of pressure or type of pitching that we'd faced previously. So it's hard to say, but I did like the way we played overall.
Remember about a month ago we talked about how you'll simulate those pitchers. You actually throw to the hitters, which isn't something that always happens. Talked to the players afterward. They said when you're throwing, they just think about competing against you. When you're in this circle throwing against them, what are you thinking?
Well, You know, I start out throwing them cookies, and then I get my competitive side gets the better of me, and I start to heat it up a little bit and jam them up, and carve them up a little bit. So yeah, sometimes I get a little, especially they start popping off at me. You know, right? That's how it's like, okay, here we go. Now I got a little challenge, but that's the fun side of it. We try to keep it light, and I want them to be competitive. You know, if they're going to be competitive, I'm going to be competitive back, and that's what it takes to when you're facing someone like Rachel Garcia out there. That's tough.
Yeah, is this week even more fun for you in that role than some others where you got to simulate elite pitching and you can't take it easy on them?
Well, yeah, exactly. You got to try and prepare them for what they're going to see, and it's never the same. I mean, it's just not the same. But we definitely try to give them a taste of what it's like. Try and get the same kind of movement on the ball and velocity and stuff like that.